Series 1 of the Isle After Party podcast is sponsored by David Mellor Family Jewellers, Hampshire's trusted family jeweller for nearly 50 years. From engagement rings and wedding bands to cufflinks, bridesmaids gifts and engraving, David Mellor Jewellers has everything you need to celebrate your special day in style. Discover their offering in store or online and let David Mellor Family Jewellers add a little extra sparkle to your love story. Welcome to episode 7 of the Isle After Party podcast, and this one's about wedding truths. Basically practical truths that couples only learn after the wedding, we're going to discuss. So I'm Adam from A Knight's Tale Photography.
I'm Dean John. I'm just going to say I'm a DJ because I'm not allowed to say anything else.
Yeah, it's a long title.
Yeah.
It gets boring.
Get over yourself.
Hello, I do flicks, I do content, I do anything else.
I'm Harry from I Do Flicks Wedding Videography, content creation, wedding planning.
What a prick.
Gigolo. Yeah, love it. Okay, so we talk about expectation versus reality when it comes to weddings. So planning versus the actual timeline. So timelines lie, and everyone believes them. Okay, so for example, ceremony start time during versus the ceremony actually starting. I mean, quite a few weddings I've done. If the ceremony's at 1, it very rarely starts at 1. Okay, and I don't want to name names, but it's usually the bride that's late. And a lot of the times that's nothing to do with hair and makeup being delayed. It might just be because she's nervous. It might be because she forgets her bouquet as she's walking in and she has to go back and get it. There's lots of things that can go wrong. But what are your thoughts on timings? Do you feel like they ever really go to plan all the time?
I love that question. She's always fucking late to our podcast. You couldn't have actually summed that question up any better, could you?
I'm never late. I arrive exactly where I'm supposed to.
No, I find they're pretty much on time.
Pretty much on time?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they might be delayed 5 or 10 minutes, but I've never...
I've had one.
I don't think I've had
this
one
season. Last season, that was for like 45 minutes late to ceremony.
Oh my god.
Like the registrars were like, if she's not here in the next 5 minutes, we're going.
Yeah.
And like the venue were like, we've never had this before. We don't know what to do. It's like, what do you do with your guests? Like, do you carry on and pretend like you just got married, and then they have to come back another day? Like, it was awkward.
Yeah.
Luckily, she turned up with like a minute to spare, and then they rushed. The whole ceremony was about 7 minutes long.
So why was she late? That's what everyone wants to know.
Basically, it was just one of those too many bridesmaids, not enough makeup artists.
Right.
And then there was unexpected traffic.
I think the thing is, registrars, they have a lot of appointments to go to.
Yeah.
So you can't really be that late.
No.
Otherwise, you're
Especially if
screwed.
you've been getting ready at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
for a 1 o'clock start.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, don't
Just make sure you've got enough makeup artists.
and don't have 12
enough
bridesmaids.
hairstylists.
All right.
And be on time.
Yeah.
All will be good.
But also as well, like I find, so ceremonies, yeah, like I said, sometimes they're late. Even if it's just a couple of minutes, it's still late. But I find like during like group photos, for example, I always put a certain amount of time aside for group photos. So say there's like 10 to do, I'll be like, right, we need like X amount of time. But then there's always, can you just do one of me and my uncle? Oh, can you just do one of me and my brother? And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. I'm happy to do that. But every photo that you add on is eaten into your drinks reception. Mm-hmm. And people don't realise that. Especially when they want a photo of someone random who happens to be in the toilet at the time, and then we're just stood there waiting for them to come out the toilet. It's all these things add up. So that's why I always ask, give me a list of the group photos you want, and I'll put aside enough time to get through them. Probably doesn't affect you, obviously, because you're not involved in that.
Sometimes, right?
I guess,
you coordinate these things sometimes.
Yeah, I guess because you help.
The worst thing is if the venue want the couple to come and see the room like 20 minutes before the guests are going in, so then your drinks reception isn't an hour and a half. It ends up being you've got to do your photos and your couple shots in like an hour.
Yeah.
And there's been your confetti and group shot 15 minutes. You have 40 minutes effectively to try and do an hour and a half job.
Yeah.
I just don't envy you guys at that point. To be totally honest, I think it's tough.
Yeah.
It's a tough gig.
Yeah, it's tough. Definitely tough.
Respect.
Yeah, yeah. And then you've got these venues that are so big, it takes you 10 minutes to walk from one side of it to the other. People don't take that into account. So basically, advice would be add a 15 to 20% buffer to all the timings, just in case. And like speeches, that's another one. I mean, you never know, do you, what kind of tangent the best man's going to go on?
No.
Yeah, I mean, I've had it where some like brides have been so strict and they're literally saying, right, you have got 6 minutes. Like, I will cut you off if you go over 6 minutes, kind of thing, because we've got exactly 30 minutes and we've got 5 speeches or whatever, and it's like, this has to happen.
Yeah.
Like, and some of them are like so regimented that it works.
Yeah.
But then you get others where it's just like, we've got 3 best men, don't know what they're going to say. It takes 45 minutes just for the best men to get through their speech. And it's just like, yeah, you can see the venue like this. And then the catering team are going mad.
Yeah.
And then,
My worst is when they do thank yous. That absolutely kills me because
Because they never thank you.
no, not about thanking me. It's about the fact that they
Turns into like the Oscars, doesn't it?
Oh my god! And then they do something individually. It's like brilliant, bridesmaids. You look beautiful. Well done, groomsmen. You're brilliant.
That's worse than
Hang on,
slapping the table.
Stop clapping.
yeah, but for the people listening, it's great.
No, it's not great, because they'll be driving and they'll be like, what the hell's that? And then they'll end up...
But that's what they do the whole time. It's like, oh, Auntie Flo made the cake. She stands up. She gets a massive standing ovation. Then it's like,
Come
oh,
up to
our
the
wedding
front.
coordinator.
We'll see.
You did so well. Hang on a minute. Got some flowers. Brilliant. It's like the Grand Prix. They place the flowers down.
Yeah.
And then, oh, hang on a minute. Guess what?
Photographer, come in, photograph.
Yeah, no, you come in. These guys have been their all day suppliers. No clapping. And then it's just one of them things.
What was that?
Because I wasn't allowed to clap, was I?
That's going to sound weird on audio.
Yeah.
Well, I was
Slapping
just
your elbow.
Slapping.
Well, I'm frightened to clap before you shout.
Why do you have to clap? Just stop clapping.
Well, next time you're at a wedding, tell them, fucking don't clap.
Well, no, but they're not recording a podcast.
Okay, I'll let them know.
He's
So-
just expressing.
I was just clapping, yeah.
Expressing.
Be
Thanks,
yourself.
Amber.
Be
Thanks,
yourself,
Amber.
Dean. Be
Yeah,
yourself.
I'm just going to sit in
Don't
the
let anyone
corner.
tell you otherwise, alright, mate?
Yeah, you carry on.
Stop slapping yourself in front of us.
Can you not move the iPad down like loudly? Shh. Fucking scratching the screen.
So, another thing, Pinterest is not a wedding venue, okay? So when you see an amazing photo on Pinterest, your venue probably doesn't look like that. You know, the ceiling height, the lighting, the room size, what works in one venue won't work in another venue.
No.
Right? So don't expect your photos to look like that Pinterest photo you saw, because they probably took 3 hours to set that shot up. You know, we get 15, 20 minutes if we're lucky. So I think that
And you
needs
need to
be taken.
look like the couple on Pinterest.
Yeah.
That's another thing.
Yeah,
I'd
exactly.
imagine.
And you have to act like them.
Yeah.
Because that's a different
You want
kind
a
of fish,
bougie
innit?
shot
But,
of
like,
you sitting on the
you know,
bar
when
with
it's
a cake.
like, when you get like a really like kind of mellow couple that just want to kind of go through the day, and then they pick out some pictures or whatever of this couple, like almost like a New York wedding where they're like doing all this kind of stuff,
Yeah.
and like, we want to look like that, and like, well, you have to act like that to look like that,
And it's not
Like,
their
oh, we don't want you make us
personality.
look like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you've got some couples that act like they've only been together 10 minutes. You know, like when you're a teenager and you're like holding hands for the first time. So you've got some that are like that, which is absolutely fine. And then you've got other couples that literally look like they just want to rip each other's clothes
Yeah.
off. And, you know, but both are good in their own way, don't get me wrong. But the latter are definitely easier to photograph because you don't even need to tell them what to do.
No.
They've already got their tongue in
It's
each other's throat.
when they don't act like that, or
It's like
you
you're
have to
directing a
direct
porn
them,
film,
yeah.
you photographer, isn't it? Go on, kiss him,
Wow.
kiss him more, kiss him, go on. Put your hand on his leg.
But
Put
you'd
your hand-
rather not do
That's-
that.
but that's
You'd
what it's
rather
like
it just
though,
be
isn't it?
natural,
Yeah,
and just photograph how they
That's it, go
are.
on, kiss her, kiss her,
I
kiss
don't
her.
know
But if they're not,
porn.
you know, kissing or being overly
I don't-
affectionate,
This is why we're not a photographer.
But I stand alongside photographers. I watch I hear what they're saying. They're like, oh yeah, that's it. Go on, put your arm around her. Go on, you can do it. Yeah,
Get the cock out.
yeah. It's like they might as well get to that
That
point.
sounds like rubbish porn. Right. Just put your arm around her. Yeah. Lovely. Right, okay.
Oh, that's nice. That's like the photographers. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
That's what they're doing.
No, I don't say that. I don't go, oh yeah, that's nice. Oh yeah. Oh, bet that tastes good. Sorry. That tastes good.
That tastes
I don't
good.
know what I'm referring to.
Yes.
Oh God.
Right.
Moving on.
Wow.
Yeah.
Pick the next bit up of that.
Well, budget budget truths nobody mentions. Okay, so we touched upon this in the last episode, which we recorded a couple of weeks ago. But, so small upgrades to stuff destroy
I
quite.
feel really little.
Oh, that's how I feel when I'm sat there.
Really
I always feel like a little dwarf sat next to Harry. So now I feel like he's a dwarf.
You now feel like you've got even more power. You're
Do you
like,
feel really little?
No, I feel comfy.
you are like,
Look at us in the frame. Like, we look good.
Yeah, I think.
Our heads are
It
level.
looks much better. You look like you're on Lorraine's couch.
Yeah, like, I don't know, I just...
Lucky Lorraine.
You two look alright.
Me and him look like Phil Mitchell.
It's true.
Yeah, brilliant.
It's true.
Who's who though?
Oh, mate, I'd take whoever.
Okay.
They're both
You'll
as
take
bad.
whoever.
Phil
Both as
Grant.
bad, yeah.
Weird thing. So right, okay. So budget truths nobody
Peggy.
mentions. Okay.
What did you say?
Peggy.
Peggy. I thought you said pegging.
No, that was so
Oh, that's
2025.
yeah,
Peggy.
that's so last year.
Who the fuck are you then? Dr. Truman?
I'm Alfie Moon.
Alfie Moon.
I'm Wellard.
I'll be Danny
I'm
Dyer.
Bianca.
So yeah.
Sorry, that's a dog.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
Cat Slater.
Sweet one. I don't know why we're talking about EastEnders, but yeah.
Yeah. Sorry,
Anyway.
for all our American fans, that's a British TV show.
They probably
Yeah.
know better than we do.
I haven't watched it for about 20 years.
No.
Okay, so this is about like budget truths that nobody mentions. Okay, so like we talked in the last episode about small upgrades to stuff can quietly destroy your budget. So you know when people say, "Oh, it's only X amount more," the flowers are only X amount more. The cake's only X. If we just have an upgrade on it, upgrade the lighting, upgrade the seat covers. But if you say that 12 times, that adds a lot onto your budget, right? So yeah, last minute additions feel harmless, but they're not. Okay, you need to obviously think about these things in advance because otherwise you're just going to end up going way over budget. And it's easy, like I can imagine when you go to a wedding fair and you're like, oh yeah, chocolate fountain, brilliant, photo booth, brilliant, videographer. Obviously we want a videographer because they're amazing, but there's all these. But then Harry upsells into the top package when they only budgeted for the lowest package, so then they have to get.
Yeah,
A shit DJ.
Sorry, because they booked Harry. Yeah, he's out there, that shit DJ, whether you're pointing that.
Yeah, if you
Because
book
they've had Harry, you can't have anyone else.
You'll have to
Yeah.
book him because you won't be able to afford Calvin Harris.
God, me, man.
So yeah, and also don't forget things like extra hour of coverage costs more. If you get people to travel further, especially if you've got a foreign wedding, are you getting them to pay for their own flights or are you offering to pay? All these things, innit? You got to think about.
Yeah,
Also, like tweaking the menu, like the cost is charged per head, not per dish. So if you're gonna amend the menu and say, "Oh, actually, we want this as well," that's going to apply to all of them, not just one person. So anyway, what you should do is decide early on where you're happy to overspend, and everything else gets a firm no, without feeling guilty about it.
I've said this before, don't I?
Yeah,
About
we
the
touched
whole-
upon it before.
Mate, I love it.
Proportions,
Get
yeah.
that budget out.
Get your pie chart.
10%.
The proportions
1,000.
based on what's important to you.
Yeah.
I do weddings.
100% of your budget, 10% on this, 20% on that, 30% on that.
Stop it.
Stick to it.
Stick to it.
Stop it. All them wedding planners out there,
love
them
it.
little, they're going, oh, take Harry's thing. Whoa, whoa, and that.
It's project management 101.
Yeah.
Straight in.
Harry invented the pie chart, didn't you?
I did actually.
Harry
yeah.
loves a pie.
Yeah. Warm apple pie.
Warm apple pie.
Yeah.
Good luck, Amber.
Good luck. With
We
what?
sit next to her.
I'm
go.
ill.
Thank God for that.
He's not hungry for apple pie right now.
That's too much pie.
Wow. Guests tend to care more about comfort than they do about the details. Okay, so I feel like if they've got if it's a nice smoothly planned day, the timings are nice. There's not too the gaps aren't too big in between things. They would rather have that than you having 10 grand flower wall. They would rather the day be comfortable for them, in my opinion, because people remember how they felt, not what they saw.
Agreed.
So, any
yeah.
thoughts on that? Because you make people feel good, don't
No,
you?
I haven't got any
When you play an
thoughts on
Uptown Funk,
that. Yeah.
you make them forget about the fact their nan died last week, you know, you like to kind of make people happy.
Yeah, of course. I do.
Yeah? What's your go-to happy song?
Fucking not Uptown Funk.
Well, that's all you seem to play when I'm with you.
That's because you request it. Just before you leave it at 6:48.
It's true. It's true. That's a good song.
I haven't got a happy song, to be honest, at a wedding. They're all a much of a much because you hear them so many times.
What about Happy by Pharrell?
Have you ever played that?
At a kids' party, maybe.
Yeah, I was going to say. It's
Followed
not really
by
dance
Trolls.
vibes, is it?
Followed by Trolls.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so communication breakdowns can cause a lot of problems because I think a lot of couples assume that all the vendors talk to each other. So, like, I don't know about you, but I've done weddings where last minute they've said, "Oh, by the way, we're having singing waiters." I'm like, "Okay, cool." Like literally 2 minutes before they've started singing. And it would have been nice to know that a bit in advance, so I can kind of like, you know, get in position and be prepared. I mean, it was a nice surprise for me as well, but
See,
if you're a videographer,
the only
that'd be a nightmare.
time that's happened. So in my questionnaire, I usually ask, "Is there anything? Are there any surprises I need to be aware of?" Right, but then the only time that it's been a surprise to me is if it's also a surprise to the bride and groom. So if it's like mother of the bride has booked it,
Yeah.
and then sometimes it's like, "Oh yeah."
You're halfway through a sticky toffee pudding and
Yeah,
then something happens
yeah.
in
Well,
dinner.
no, I mean, I
Halfway through an
have
apple pie.
usually found out, and most like the etiquette, most singing waiters will know to tell the photographer and videographer first,
Right.
because it's in their best interest, isn't it? Because they want the content, they want a feature in the video, they want those photos.
How do you think singing waiters are going to go going forwards, though? Because once they all fall down, everyone knows it now.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? It's a one-time gig
Yeah.
because. Like, well, luckily,
Once you see it,
most
you
weddings
know-
are also one-time gigs, right?
But the guests aren't.
No. So, and I've had it before where I've had a singing waiter and some of the guests recognised them, and then they were like, "Oh, I know what's coming next."
Yeah.
And then they've had to, and then he's clocked them, and then been like, "Right, okay, keep my secret, okay? We can chat afterwards."
You'd have to go to a lot of weddings to recognise.
But
a singing
everyone
waiter.
knows
Yeah.
what a singing waiter. They see it on Instagram, and that they know once they fall over, they know they're going to get up and sing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it's
yeah, but it's
what they're going to change going forward.
I don't think
Do you know what
If
I
you
mean?
did a lineup right now with 10 random people, I wouldn't know if any of them were singing waiters.
yeah, same.
Like,
I don't mean it that
how many
way. I
weddings-
mean, if
I would.
Do you know what
I
I-
could, if you did a lineup, I'd probably be able to.
Not
you
from
know
not
how
from
people-
not from recognising them, just from like knowing what they're.
No, recognise it. Both,
recognise
both
it.
probably, yeah. Because
Right.
one,
But you
they
work
have
closely with them.
speakers all the way around the room.
Yeah, yeah.
If you got no live singer, and then you walk into dinner and there's suddenly like 8 Bose systems all the way around the room,
Yeah.
you know that
what I
something's
mean
going to be
is
coming.
when they fall over and everyone rushes to them like, oh my god. But
They
when
always
you
do that.
know,
They
yeah.
always fall over, don't they?
Some venues don't allow it anymore. But
Oh,
but some-
okay.
It's
but
better
some-
if they don't fall over.
So
it's
when
much
they
better
fall
being a
over
guest. Like
and then everyone's like, oh my
uncle
God,
or
but-
cousin from Australia.
Now you know what they're going to do. Now
Yeah.
you know when they
Sit at
do
the
that,
table,
you're like,
have your food, then
that
jump
it's
into
just,
song.
Okay.
yeah.
I don't remember them
So I
falling over.
think
It's a cliche. They need to change that. I
it's
think.
like the
yeah, but I think
the,
that is changing.
when I was photographing.
Yeah,
And everyone was like, I can't believe she's photographing him
that was
on the
awkward.
floor. And
yeah.
I was just like,
He'd fallen over, right? Incredible stacked, like it was a monumentous monumentous fall over,
Spell
right?
that.
Spell another one. Ding dong.
No. Anyway, and then we're obviously, luckily, I knew it was coming, and I knew to film it from the other side of the room because I don't want to look like a dickhead, right? Amber's right up there, close and personal, and instead of helping this poor guy that's just fallen over, she's
everyone's
like,
helping
snap,
this
snap,
guy.
snap,
I'm
snap.
there just
Because she
photographing him on
knows.
the floor, right? And
Oh, God.
And all the guests are like,
it's like, I can
look at
hear
that
him.
actual bitch taking pictures last he's like,
She's like giving me abuse, and I'm like, they're like, oh, he's going to start singing.
Imagine if we did it, just got up. That'd be brilliant.
And then I'm just like, but when you heard when you did the editing, you heard it, didn't you? You sent me a little clip going, listen to these guys
yeah. You
mouthing
could hear
you
people
off.
in the background of the video saying, look at her just taking pictures.
Oh, my God.
And I'm just so like, oh, this is so cringe, and I'm just carrying on doing
love
it.
And what about, like, when you're not told about like surprise speeches.
Yeah, it kills me.
Oh, that
the worst
really-
thing is you've gone through the whole list of the speeches at the wedding call before, the day on the morning, the wedding planner. We've all got the same notes, and then you literally go, "Okay, so please introduce father of the bride," and then they're all looking at you like you're from outer space, and they're like, "No." And you're thinking, "What's the matter?"
Yeah, see,
that's what we've done.
that's more
and
stressful
now,
for me,
now
though.
the maid of honour. So yeah, I've got
More
the
stressful for
videographer and
me.
told him that it's going to be the father. This is the order. The venue have said this is the order. Everyone said this is the order. And then
Especially if I haven't got
maid
the
of
mic
honour
up.
rocks up. First one. Cheers.
This is why I now will always put a mic on the mic.
Yeah.
As ugly as it looks, the amount of rogue speeches I've
Yeah.
had, I have to do it just as redundancy. Because, yeah, the amount of times
I'll
just...
tell you what. Some fucking videographer put sellotape around my mic. Sellotape. $2.5 grand videographer. Sellotape, mate.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Jesus.
Wow. And as I pulled it off, it just peeled half of my mic off with it. And I thought, you
no.
fucking bastard. As he was driving away at like 7:30 at night, I went to go and put some glass on his tyres.
Oh. Would have been difficult if he was driving. But
chased him down the M25. Throwing glass at the back of the
broken
car.
bottle.
No respect.
Leaning out the window.
Literally. No respect.
I don't like it when so like for example, if there's a ceremony, in a church, because it never happens in a venue, but in a church when there's really strict rules and you don't get told about it until you turn up, and the vicar's like, oh yeah, by the way, you're not allowed to take photos of the ceremony. You have to stand outside.
I would have took the vicar for
Good.
a cup of tea a week before, mate, and gone through all that.
I had
Professionalism.
one last year where I wasn't allowed to take any of the ceremony, the ring exchange, the kiss, nothing.
Yeah.
But I did.
Cool.
You're going to hell.
But
Fact.
I just thought, but the bride didn't know that either. Like, the
Yeah.
bride wasn't aware and the groom wasn't aware, and they were like heartbroken. They're like, we can't have photos.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And then in the end, I spoke to the vicar and I was like, look, can I just take photos, not of the most important bits of the ring? I did anyway, because I was at the back, but I was just kind of smoothed it over as if, like, I won't take photos of
You
those.
weren't in church on Christmas Eve, were you?
No.
No.
Like, I was like, you can't.
I do feel
No,
like
I
I do
felt-
feel like churches are relaxing a bit now, though.
Yeah, well, I thought they
feel
were.
like I'm getting younger vicars now, right? Because typically what's happened is it's a few people have spoilt it for the masses.
Yeah.
So it's like you end up with one dickhead photographer or videographer, and then from that moment onwards, they're like, right, from now on, they're not doing this anymore. They need to stand over there, or they're not going to be here for that bit. But I find we're getting like some younger vicars now, and they're just like, look, do your thing, do
Yeah.
whatever you want.
Yeah.
All we ask is that you don't
You,
make noises, or
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? Like, don't turn your shutter off if you can. Do you know, like, don't be
Yeah.
distracting, or don't
Yeah.
stand in front of the guests.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I do find that I'm actually getting some pretty cool vicars now.
Yeah, you get the odd one. You get the odd
Yeah.
one, but yeah, that's the worst, I think. Just not knowing where you're allowed to stand until you turn up.
yeah.
So basically, little bit of advice: if you're getting married in a church, please find out if you've got a cool vicar or not, and try and let the photographer and videographer know in advance.
I went to the rehearsal just so I could know where to stand and stuff.
Yeah, I don't normally get invited to rehearsals.
I do get invited,
Just-
but I don't go.
Okay.
It's well worth you going, Amber, wasn't it? If you
Yeah.
actually dominated you on the day.
Basically. And then...
Twice.
Dominated her twice on the day.
Yeah, so...
Was he dressed as a reindeer?
But also,
It's a
some
woman.
some churches
Oh.
as well.
Okay, kinky.
Some churches, they want you to pay for licenses and stuff. Like,
What?
yeah, like for videography especially, they'll be like, we've got like, you need to pay £50.
But my couple did pay. They paid to have a photographer, but they weren't
Some
allowed
churches
to
will
take
do this.
pictures
Oh, so
of...
you mean like a photography license?
Yeah.
Yeah, and or even like sometimes.
That's what they were upset about. They're like, we
Sometimes-
paid for it, but she still wouldn't allow it.
I've had
I
it before
thought-
where they.
Maybe we should get a vicar on. That would be good.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
We could film at a church.
Oh my god, they wouldn't allow us.
Would we allowed?
Yeah.
They wouldn't be allowed his iPad.
No, I'll just
Right.
catch fire when I walk in. Yeah, probably not.
Not a fan.
See if the
Oh no,
audience
I'd
can
want
play
to.
our
I'd want
intro
to turn
music.
to a religious podcast. Just no.
Move on.
What?
Let's move on.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we talked about a celebrant coming on, didn't we?
Yeah, no, celebrant, fine. I don't want to vicar.
Oh,
mate.
that's just racist.
Yeah,
man.
you can't. You got to have both. They can then argue. They can
Religious.
argue the point, and a registrar. We get all three on. They
Put
can
it-
just have a battle.
Moving on.
Vicar versus
Vicar,
celebrant,
registrar,
fine.
celebrant. Yeah,
Arm wrestle it out.
straight out.
Yeah.
Go on then. You tell us why you're better. That's how it'd be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
in dangerous territory right now.
Another thing people don't realise is how fast the day goes. I mean, like I was saying earlier, that, you know, spending an hour with my children over the Christmas period feels like 10 hours. A wedding day feels like it goes in 5 minutes. It's just insane, isn't it? It's just, I mean, well, we're all married or have been or whatever. So we've all been,
Had to have both, didn't he? Have been.
or whatever, you know, I'm not going to name any names. But the point is, we've all been,
Everyone show your wedding rings.
we've all been a bride or groom.
Did you not wear one?
You just been back to Mallorca.
You just washed
No,
your
no.
hands. You just washed
Do you
your
know
hands.
why? My wedding ring was like palladium, so it wasn't great. So I wish I had someone like David Mellor who could have sorted me out with something really, really good. Because back in the day when I first started, I was like, okay, it's just a ring. I don't need that. I love you. Job done.
Yeah.
But now I look at it and I see all these really cool rings, and I'm like, oh, actually.
Yeah.
Time to upgrade.
Yeah, so your wedding day will go faster than you imagine it will go, okay? Because, you know, if you're not being pulled for photos, you're being pulled for cutting the cake, you're being pulled for various things, and all these things throughout the day all add up. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing, I'm just saying that your day will fly by. So I think during the day, make sure you schedule time together alone. You know, even if it's just 5 minutes, 10 minutes here and there, make sure you take some time just to kind of like have a chat, have a cuddle, just take some time just to appreciate what's going on, because before you know it, you'll get to the end of the day and you won't have even spoken to each other.
It's true.
Yeah.
So just take your time. But do you agree? Any more thoughts on that?
No,
No?
I agree.
Have I just...
I always advise the couple to do that.
Yeah.
Like, especially if there's like, well, quite often I'll say, you know, when everyone's being seated for breakfast, you take them out for a little couple shoot, and
Yeah.
then I would be like, right, we're going to disappear. You got 5 minutes now,
Yeah.
and then you're going to
Yeah.
have this big entrance. Just enjoy this 5 minutes,
I do
because
feel
it might
like they
Yeah.
get that chance in the couple shoot though as well.
be. Yeah.
Yeah.
To just be with each other.
Yeah.
I know we're in the background, but if you're
Yeah, with two photographers, videographer, and a content creator, it's pretty intimate.
Yeah,
to be
I'll be
honest,
like,
isn't it?
yeah, but
And
when
a wedding
they're
coordinator
like
flapping with a
walking
board
off
out
together
into
and
view.
they're quite far away, they can have their little chats and stuff as
Yeah.
well. Like you do get little opportunities.
Yeah, I know. But I'm just saying, make more of a point of it, because
Yeah, they
otherwise-
don't even necessarily have to be alone. It's just make sure you take a second to absorb the day and be in the moment, and don't just follow the kind of, you know, like the plan for the day. Just kind of appreciate what's going on around you, because, like you say, you're going to blink and the day's going to be over.
Yeah.
And if you haven't taken that second to be like, look at where we are, look at what's going on, fucking hell, we've just got married.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't do that, you'll miss it.
Yeah. And I just a little segue, I quite like it when the top table during the wedding breakfast is just a table for two. I quite like that.
Yeah.
You know, when it's just like literally two of them sat
I
there.
don't like
I
it.
don't like it.
When they're just, and then they can have like.
You just know there's a problem with the family. Usually,
It is obvious, yeah.
Oh,
that's
I don't think of it like that.
That's how it. There's a lot of politics,
Yeah.
basically, which is that's families. Unfortunately, there is that.
I
I
also,
don't know. My sister did it, and there's no issues
I don't know,
there.
I agree.
They just wanted to have their dinner together.
I just think it means that they get an hour and a half together when they
Yeah.
can just talk, and they're not even interrupted by the mother of
No,
the
but everyone
bride.
comes up to that table then usually if they're on their own.
Wow,
More than they would if it was a big long table.
they should be eating, shouldn't they? Right, let's do a quick fire round. Okay, so just tell me if you think it's worth it or bin it. Okay,
Okay.
wedding favours.
Worth it.
worth it to an extent.
Okay.
Depends
Depends
what they are.
yeah, but I think
Okay.
they're worth it. I think it's a nice touch. If it's really thought of and done something
Personal
cool,
ones, yes.
personalised,
Yeah.
not 100 Timu
Okay.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah, worth
Yeah.
it. Don't just chuck some bubbles in a bag and
Fucking
some sweets or whatever.
almond nuts
Almonds,
in a
yes.
seal.
Yeah, or
Almond
just
Yeah.
like if it's like the
There's a lot of
personalised.
nut
Like,
allergies out there.
if there's like a
Oh,
cookie
God.
with their name on it, or there's like a something that's been thought about and it's quite
Lottery
tasteful.
ticket, scratch card, they're all
Yeah,
great.
they're cool. But yeah, I think
Okay.
worth it.
All right. What about late night food? So when they bring out the buffet at like 9 o'clock,
People got to eat, worth it.
Yeah.
or maybe even later than that. Sometimes.
Better.
Yeah, you reckon?
Later the better.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, because I think people are hungry at like 11:30, 11 o'clock.
Some
Like kebabs.
venues have a strict. They're only allowed.
Structure,
They're only allow the food out for like an hour
Okay.
due to.
And
Health
others
and
would be like the
safety and
chefs want to go
stuff like
home,
that.
so
Yeah,
let's get it
I mean,
out
that
by
is-
8 o'clock.
So
I
if you
get it,
can
they
only
do
have it
it all
out for an
day.
hour and it's
Yeah.
not eaten in that time scale, then
Yeah.
later the better.
But imagine
because-
like 11:30 kebab. Or 12 o'clock when just as the night finishes, they bring out so you can grab a kebab and leave. Imagine that.
That's a nice
Yeah.
touch.
That's good.
Something like that.
Like
would
a
be-
takeaway on the way
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Yeah, I've
For
had
you and your
it
taxi.
before where there's been like burger fans and kebab fans, or like messy chips
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
thing.
anything.
And it
Just to
is,
soak
and
up.
it's next to the car park, and you
Get
do
everyone out.
You do have to go past it to get out,
Yeah.
or you have to leave the dance floor to go get I do like that. It's a good shout.
Okay.
Worth
Upgraded chairs, as in chair covers.
No.
Depends
not
on the
worth it.
chair. Underneath.
Okay.
Yeah, if you got like a plastic IKEA chair,
Yeah.
Or a conference chair
Don't
in a
sign
bar.
off IKEA. Okay. So depends basically what the chair underneath's like.
What the
Yeah.
venue is.
All right. Okay. Content creator, worth it or bin it?
worth it.
Worth it.
Just depends if you've got a videographer or not. So
I think if you've got a
if you've got a
videographer,
videographer, no. If you
it.
don't, have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or if you don't have the budget for a really good videographer like Harry, then go with a good content creator as a backup, but it's never going to create the same
yeah,
service.
No.
no.
But that I don't. We've talked about it. I don't think it is the same. So I don't think they're trying
No.
to be the same service.
No, but it's.
I don't think there's much overlap other than the fact that we both do video, but it's in different orientations. It's a lower quality for quicker turnaround. I think they've found a niche, they've jumped on it, and I think it works.
Your highlight video is pretty similar to, well, not yours personally, but some videographer highlight videos are very similar to top end content creators.
Yeah,
I think the overlap's bigger than you're making out, but I don't think it's as good by any stretch. But I really think that what they're doing is replicating what you do
yeah.
on an iPhone and giving it to them quicker, but it's not as good.
That's
No.
the point.
Yeah,
Team
no, it's
version-
definitely
team
not. I mean,
version.
it's definitely not as good.
Yeah,
but that's-
Team
that's what-
version of Harry ID.
So yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if, in an ideal world, they would love to just get rid of all videographers and be like, right, we're the videographer, aka content creator. That's what they want to do. But that's never going to happen.
Do you think you could get a video to a couple a lot quicker than 3, 4, 6 months? Could you deliver?
I mean, I'd probably have to outsource.
But you could.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the way forward then for
Videographers. I don't know if I want
not you
to
personally,
sort of
but
like
Yeah.
my kind of secret, because I feel very strongly about delivery times, right? I don't want to be delivering things so quickly that they remember everywhere you were, everything you captured, right? And then they come back and be like, oh, I remember you filming this.
Okay.
Where's that shot, right? Whereas if you leave it a few months,
they forgot their date.
and then they come back and they've forgotten most of it, and they're like, "Oh my
point.
god, I forgot that even happened."
Yeah.
Like they get a better experience. So I prefer letting them wait a little bit
Yeah, it's a good idea.
because then they appreciate it more.
And he's like, oh yeah, I forgot I married her.
Yeah.
I just don't agree with these people that just outsource it, their editing to like a 12-year-old in Vietnam
Yeah.
or something. Do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like, how are they going to like understand the vibe of the day?
Exactly.
You know, it's just, yeah, you can. I think sometimes you can tell. Anyway, couple of questions from listeners, and then we're done. All right? Because I can tell you're cold. You're starting to go a bit blue.
She's got a jump
Right.
on, she's alright.
Okay, so Joe from London,
Only because I'm not allowed to put the heat on.
she wants to know what's the one thing
Theme.
couples always underestimate when planning.
budget.
Numbers. I think we
Underestimate.
struggle with them
Time,
numbers.
budget, numbers.
Time, budget, numbers.
Because everyone's like, yeah, I've got 60 people coming, that's it. And then
Oh, as
they
in
sit
numbers of
down,
people?
and then
Yeah.
it's like 200, then they're in shit street. Because then
Yeah.
it's like, oh my god, our venue doesn't hold 200 and we know 200, what are we going to do? And then have a massive Excel spreadsheet argument.
And also, I bet
Yeah.
people underestimate how hard it is to do a table plan as well.
Yeah.
Because that, I mean, I haven't had to do that.
Who sits
Yeah.
with who,
Yeah,
why
exactly.
they can't sit there.
Exactly.
If you bring him and he hasn't got a wife but it's a partner, do you bring them to the day?
Yeah.
The conversation is a killer.
Yeah, it must be the most tedious thing.
I
ever.
actually loved doing the table plan for my wedding because I was like, right, that person, they'll get on well with that one.
Anyone who
No, I like to work. I like to try
Did
and
you have
guess.
Did you have like one of those FBI boards? You had like string.
Literally.
Like there's like
It's
little
like the traitors.
headshots.
You know the traitors. He had them all headshots around his house.
No, I had two friends at my wedding.
Oh no, because he slept with his wife. So actually, he needs to go down here.
You know what? I would
You
put
walk
them
into his house
together.
like serial killer, like sort of like.
Yeah, that's what he's
vibes.
got. I reckon he's got
Yeah.
it covered.
No, I had two
With us
exes,
in there.
two people that used to date for years. I put them on the same table with their new partners. And I just wanted to just watch what would happen. And unfortunately, nothing exciting happened.
Oh.
They got on really well.
So after the wedding,
Yeah.
you put their keys in the bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. If we're over budget, sorry, this is Pete from Woking. If we're over budget, where should we cut first? Be careful what you say.
A decoration for me,
Decoration.
because you can go to, I don't know, you could go down to the local Home Bargains and probably get enough nice looking decoration.
I think you've already covered it before. Cut your dessert and move your cake.
Yeah.
You'll save a fucking
But
bomb.
people
doing that.
spend like £500 on some fairy lights.
Yeah.
That's enough for like a full photo booth for the evening to entertain 200 people.
True.
And if you look at the difference, what a fairy light and a photo booth can bring to your wedding,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, but you're probably talking a couple of grand by getting rid of the dessert. Over 100, 150 people, whatever.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If it's like £5-10 a head just for dessert,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's a lot of money just by moving the cake, knowing that the cake will then actually get eaten
Yeah.
and appreciated because you're spending a killer on the cake as well.
Cut down on your cake budget, I'd say as well. You don't need £2,000 of a cake. It's going to
Okay.
be eaten.
What did you have as your wedding cake? Something.
Fucking mince pies probably at 10
Santa-
o'clock and
something
when
Santa
everyone
Claus.
left.
It was included,
Was
so
it
it was just
a
like
Yule log? Was
I
it a Yule
can't
log or
even
something?
remember it, to
Yule
be
log.
honest.
Christmas pudding.
Yeah, it was with custard on.
Fucking giant sparkler in the middle.
Probably like a Santa cheesecake or something.
Of course it was.
Okay.
I can't even remember what it was. I don't even know if we had a cake now, you say that.
What? Last one. This is Natalie from Winchester. She wants to know, what detail do couples obsess over that guests genuinely don't care about?
Most of it.
I think wedding favours.
Yeah.
Colour palettes probably.
Co-
Like,
Colour
why
yeah.
the guests won't really care whether it's pastels or whether
Yeah.
The thing is, the guests don't know what they don't know. So
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
if you've cut something or you've like changed something, they don't know how it was supposed to look or was going to look. So people can only, I don't know. I think it's not really.
I think people overthink it sometimes.
Yeah.
One of the most aesthetically pleasing weddings I've ever done was at a garden centre in Romsey. Right.
Uh-huh.
It's actually, I think it's closed down now, but it was beautiful because the father of the bride owned this garden centre. So the garden centre was just like a garden centre that you'd normally go to.
Yeah.
And then what they'd done is they showed it to the public, obviously, but they basically put this beautiful table outside, and because there were bright walls in the background, like kind of purples and yellows, like really vivid coloured walls, and then they had like this vintage old long table, like really long table, with like old wooden chairs and
Yeah.
blue. I don't know, it just looked really cool. It's really hard to explain, but and that was at a garden centre. I can't imagine the budget would have been huge because it was obviously her dad's business.
Yeah.
But it just looked incredible because it was so different. I know obviously not everyone can get married in their dad's garden centre. I'm not suggesting that, but I'm just saying like they didn't overthink it
No.
and it was beautiful.
Yeah, I think but that is you're sort of touching on a DIY wedding there, aren't you? And I
Yeah,
find
yeah.
typically DIY weddings will always look the best because they have the
Personal.
most personal effort put
Yeah.
in, whereas a lot
Yeah.
of the pot noodle monies just add money. Weddings just add money. Like
Pot noodle?
pot noodle wedding just add money. There's no
Oh,
personality.
sorry. Yeah, I was.
Sorry, I didn't spit that out properly. I'm
No,
all right.
what,
Fuck off.
going on about pot noodles?
I call it a pot noodle wedding. So you just add money and the wedding's just done.
I see what
Right,
you mean. I see
so
what you mean.
it's just like
Mate, you're
just
full of this stuff, aren't you? Where'd you get this?
it's just who I am.
Come on.
Yeah,
I love these little boom.
yeah.
He's got this little.
Baboons.
He just comes
He's
out
got
of
like
this
a book-
like
little
yeah.
book of him.
It is.
Yeah, fair enough.
The last
yeah.
one was the big like £1,000 for the little Excel spreadsheet pot. That was really good. Now this one,
Well,
Harry's going to have his own
Full of
little side
surprises,
spin
this
show
one.
here, I think.
No, I've got
Harry's
I've got
tips.
a book coming out.
Yeah.
I do books.
I do
books.
I do quotes.
Love it. Yeah, well, anyway, that brings us to the end of that episode. I hope you enjoyed it. So next episode is going to be focusing on wedding dramas. So that'll be interesting. But yeah, in the meantime, if you want to write in, it's isleafterparty@gmail.com. If you've got any questions or concerns or complaints, I would totally understand if you did.
Email them directly.
But yeah,
Yeah.
email me directly, yeah. But yeah, it's been brilliant. Thanks for listening, and I'll be back.